here with Kendall Schmidt. Kendall, obviously, you're doing a huge blow up with your latest release. Talk about it.
Well, we just put on a single called One Way Ticket. Of course, I don't really need to tell people where they can find it, right? Spotify.
Yeah.
Online.
Right.
Online.
Well, but
Saffron Drive, One Way Ticket, and then search.
It's funny you say that because I literally, I was lamenting about how my DVDs and my CDs were stolen recently.
Okay.
But then I'm like, wait, who uses those anymore?
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's old technology, man.
Yeah.
Truthfully, actually, we just printed up vinyls.
But that's the new thing again.
And
old becomes
cassettes.
new.
We printed up cassettes.
Do you think 8-track will ever come back?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Honestly, that just means it's another merch item I got to order.
Ah, yes. Now, obviously, stepping out for Ava and this cause, how important is that?
It's really important. I mean, these causes are the things that keep progress happening.
Yeah.
A lot of times progress can stagnate, especially when there's just like no help from the real powerful people who should be doing it. You know, I was just saying this earlier. There's some people who should be doing this.
Yeah.
And I don't think it, I mean...
Follow them on Twitter, though, or...?
No.
Do you retweet them?
No, definitely not. But that's the thing is...
You block?
I block.
Oh, okay,
no.
okay.
But there's, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
there's
I do.
some powerful people who should be doing this stuff and should make sure this stuff happens, but they're not. And
but isn't that more of a reason for people like those that should be stepping up even more?
That's the point. Is this is going to happen because it's a product of it,
right.
You know. And then also everyone's going to rise up and support our human family anyway. I mean, that's just the way it works. So if they're not, then we do it.
Now, talk to me about your music. Of all of your songs that you've ever put out, which is the one that really you've always connected with? Every time you sing it, it means something special to you.
There's our lead off of our LP, Happy Mistakes, is called Happy Mistakes. And it's just about, the first line is even at the top of the mountain, there's another hill to climb. And I think that's really relatable, right? Because people... Sometimes life is in waves, right? You get to the top and you're like, oh, yeah, and then you realize there's just a whole nother part of it. And so that song resonates because life is full of happy mistakes. Something that may have been a bad thing at one time ends up being a good thing in the end. You know what I mean? And especially with the music, we would make a lot of mistakes making the music, and then they ended up becoming really good things.
And isn't that great with social media, having that connection with those that connect with it, and you can see it unfiltered, unbiased? I mean, sometimes it isn't great if they don't, there's always haters out there, but those that are your fans.
You know, I'm blessed. The people that I share my time with online, including the fans of the band, are great. They're great people. And I just like to keep in touch with them, and I like I get a lot of messages like, hey, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with depression? My friends are bullying me, my parents, and I actually try to answer those questions. And of course, I'm not the guru, right? But like,
What works for you?
I just tell them that. Like I tell them, hey, look, like for instance, if they're depressed, I say, look, with all due respect, you got to get out there and you got to work, you got to exercise. That's the first step. You got to eat healthy. And if you're feeling like, well, I'm sitting here doing something, I'm depressed, then get up and do something. Anything, paint, anything.
I'm glad you said that because I have a whole family full of depression, and we do. but then you learn tools that again, like being mindful, right, of oneself, being mindful and grateful is a huge one that I find when you're depressed. It's hard to be grateful for something, but when you continue to be more grateful.
Point, actually. Being grateful, because sometimes you think, oh, life sucks, right? But then if you really analyze it, you're like, man, my life is good compared to some.
And which brings us back to Eva Longoria Foundation, right? And helping others get up from the bottom and bring themselves
have the advantage to help somebody. God, I hope you do it.